Hello, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the diaphoresis. The diaphoresis means the excessive sweating due to some complication, but it is due to secondary condition. So the primary condition which that will lead to sweating, the secondary condition, it is medical condition and also known as hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis will lead to dehydration more. The common cause of the diaphoresis is menopause, will lead to high temperature, hyperthyroidism, will lead to increase the temperature, pregnancy, diabetes, when low the blood glucose, myocardial infarction, substance quit, cancer, anaphylaxis, and medication. This person contains skin. The skin will release the water with the heat loss, and in this way, the sweat gland will produce water, is known as perspiration. This perspiration will lead to cause the cooling effect of the body, will lead to cause the negative feedback to the hypothalamus to shut down the hypothalamus, and in this way, the cooling effect will be occur. But this cooling effect will lead to give the positive feedback to the hypothalamus to trigger more heat production, and in this way the chain of the heat production will occur rather than the normal mechanism. This is the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Adenohypophysis of the pituitary gland is involved. So this is the hypothalamus will trigger to release the thyrotropin releasing hormone. This thyrotropin releasing hormone will trigger the adenohypophysis, the anterior pituitary gland. Anterior pituitary gland release the hormone is known as thyroid stimulating hormone, which that will target to the thyroid gland, will release the T3 and T4, triiodothyronine and thyroxine. Let's understand about how it can be interact and produce. So this is the blood circulatory system. It means it is endocrine hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. Will target to the thyroid gland, the thyroid cells, and in this way thyrocyte will be bind with the thyroid stimulating hormone, and in this way T3 will be increased rather than the normal condition. So in this way the thyroid gland which that will be stimulated to produce more T3 and T4 will enter into the blood circulatory system and target to the several tissue for increase the heat. But the normal thyroid not give positive feedback, but the abnormal thyroid gland will lead to give the positive feedback to increase more thyroid stimulating hormone. And in this way, the thyroid gland, the hyperthyroidism, excessive T3 and T4 release, and thyroid cancer, thyroid autoimmune disorder like IgG antibody production, which that will lead to hyperplasia of the thyrocyte, will release more thyroid gland T3 and T4, and in this way the uncontrolled releasing of the T3 and T4 due to the thyroid stimulating hormone excessiveness. In this way the heat will be increased in the cell, will lead to sweat for loss of heat. So this is the DNA, and the mitochondria also contain DNA. Mitochondria is involved. So the T3 and T4, the T3 when increased will lead to trigger the DNA of the mitochondria and the tissue cell in the nucleus, will lead to increase the UCP1. UCP1 protein is involved for the heat production, and the glucose will trigger more heat production. So the heat will produce and go into the skin, will lead to loss due with the water. So the dehydration will also occur. On the other hand, the hyperinsulinemia, the pancreas will produce more insulin from the beta cell into the blood circulatory system, or the injection of insulin when insert into the blood circulatory system. In this way, the insulin receptor will be receive the insulin, will lead to glucose influx, while the blood glucose level will drop, will lead to produce more heat. In this way, the low glucose level, the hypoglycemia will produce more heat, and this is the diaphoresis sign of the diabetic person. Anyhow, let's understand about the cancer. So the cancer required the cell will lead to grow more rapidly, proliferation and differentiation require the glucose, and when glucose enter and the growth factor will lead to produce more ATP, and progression of the cell will lead to loss of the water, and in this way this will lead to dehydration, and the diaphoresis, the excessive sweating will occur. Anaphylactic fever due to the pollen allergy will lead to also increase due to the fever. The temperature of the body will increase will lead to diaphoresis. The sign and symptom of the diaphoresis, the excessive sweating, is the hot flashes in a day and during the night the sweating. And the metabolism increase will lead to more heat production and weight loss, anxiety, nervousness, and the racing heartbeat, shaky hands, difficulty sleeping, weight loss, dizziness, and fatigue. Let's understand about the treatment. The treatment is the different type. We will understand about the injection and the medication is that a part of the treatment which that is important for the treatment of diaphoresis, and in this the excessive sweating will be prevented due to the drugs. Like treatment is the antidepressants use, Botox injection, and the lontophoresis, and oral anticholinergic medication. Anticholinergic medication because the cholinergic effect in the body will lead to increase the heat. So in this way, while the prevent the diaphoresis by the different mechanism we will understand now. So remember that things the prevent the diaphoresis mean the exercising more will lead to decrease when sweating more will lead to the rest state, the sweating will decrease. Healthy diet can be injured to function properly the body physiology. Manage blood glucose, breathable clothes, and the use breathed shoes. For example, the aerated shoes, and apply absorbent powder. Thanks for watching. In this video, we have discussed about the diaphoresis. What is the diaphoresis? Simply excessive sweating. So, due to the secondary condition, and the primary condition can be a hyperthyroidism, pregnancy, diabetes, myocardial infarction, and substance quit, cancer, anaphylaxis, and medication. So in this video we have discussed about the hyperthyroidism and cancer, anaphylactic fever, and the low blood glucose level. So for understanding better the diaphoresis. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video. Thanks.